YouTube family, I'm back really quick. Hope you guys had a great day. I had been posting on X, called it X this time, not Twitter. I'd been posting on X. There was some weird stuff happening today, right? So I wanted to go dive into that really quickly. Kind of strange, for sure. For sure it's strange. So first, let's go here. This is what I was kind of tripping out about. If we go to the Iranian Rial, it's at zero. Straight up zero. 100% of its value gone. Dropped from 2.37. The spike here was from 11.27, so that was yesterday. This is the 15-minute. So that's at 20.45. And then 21.45, so an hour later it spiked. So it's at zero. Look at the close, open, high, low, volume, everything zero. Spikes up to high 2.38, close 2.38, and then drops back down. It's kind of strange too, because these are supposed to be 15-minute candles here, right? 15-minute data sets, but 21.45 or 20.45, 21.45, 22.45, and 22.45 it's back to zero. Very strange. Look at the bid, days range, ask, 52-week range. It literally has no data. It's 0 to 0. If we go to the daily, nothing, literally nothing. 1 week, nothing. 1 month, nothing. 5 hour shows the spike. Super strange. Historical data. You guys see any historical data? I don't. It only has today pulled up though, which is weird. I'd set that as the data set. So let's do beginning of this month to now. Nothing. Let's do beginning of the year to now. Nothing. I wonder if you download it, if it shows anything different. But I don't want to create a account right now live. But this is strange. Really, really strange, right? I'm not really sure why. I did find this comment I thought was kind of interesting. Someone pointed me to this. A stifling siege on Iran until the mullah's regime is overthrown. Political and financial blockade. Trump didn't give them a single chance. Soon the siege of Iraq will be imposed by cutting off the remaining dollar and cutting off the last arm in Iraq. They're talking about the militias and the bad actors that are over in Iraq. What did we see them doing? Recently, right, with the census, everything was shut down. Military's moving through the street. They were grabbing ISIS and all of this stuff, and they were rounding up all these bad actors, okay? Really weird. I've never seen this. And it says it's allegedly real-time data, but that's just so strange to me. Real-time currencies. Very weird. Okay, so I asked Grok, okay, can you explain to me why the Iranian Rial ticker, IRR, shows at a listed rate of $2.37 to 1 USD on investing.com? And it comes in and it gives an explanation. Official versus market rate. The Iranian government sets an official exchange rate, which can be significantly different from the market rate or black market rate, okay? It might be indicative of an official government set rate or a rate provided by a specific financial institution or exchange that might not reflect real market value. Then it goes through the black market stuff here, how there's two different rates typically, what's being sold on the street and what the banks are offering. It talks about the sanctions here, which it talks about, because of this, you could be getting less accurate data and all of that. But I've shown you guys plenty of times on my videos where we had data going back to 2022. December 13th, 2022 is when the change happened. This is the stuff I kind of thought was interesting here, right? There could be an error in data entry or misunderstanding of how the rate should be presented. given that the real has depreciated significantly, with rates in the free market often being in the hundreds of thousands to 1 USD, a rate of 2.37 seems highly unlikely to be accurate for the current market value, which we know, right? It's supposed to be 0.0000237. But what's interesting about that, right? The official rate, it wouldn't even fit here because the official rate is 0.0000237. So it wouldn't even have, is 0.00023. So 3 zeros, and then they said they were dropping 4, so it became 2.37. But even then, it still doesn't add up, right? So this next part, investing.com and similar platforms compile data from various sources. If the source for the IRR/USD rate is less from a less volatile or a controlled segment of the market, like state-controlled exchanges, or if there's a lag in updated data, may not show, blah, 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 right? So I said, where does investing.com get their price quotes from? This is where they get their price quotes from, okay? Real-time market makers, financial data providers with major financial data aggregators such as Bloomberg, Reuters, and other similar services that compile and distribute financial data to various platforms. And then it says exchanges, brokerage firms, crowdsourced data, API and data feeds. This was super weird, okay? And we're going to go into a little deep dive into this because I thought it was kind of strange. Fusion Media. Specifically, investing.com is part of Fusion Media Limited. Fusion Media might have its proprietary system or multiple partnerships for data collection, ensuring a broad and real-time coverage of financial instruments. Okay? This also was very, very strange to me. Legal agreements. Financial data is often protected by copyright and licensing agreements, which means investing.com would need to have legal permissions to distribute this data. I'll read that again. Would need to have legal permissions to distribute this data. So that means that they're not putting forth anything that could get them in trouble, right? But let's circle back to what this is, Fusion Media. I had never heard of it. So I searched it. Once again, I know it's Wikipedia, whatever, but I scoured the internet. This usually has a pretty good compilation of at least sources to click through and kind of research, right? Fusion Media Group is a division of Univision Communications. The company was launched in April 2016 after Univision bought out Disney's stake in Fusion. So Disney was one of the main holders in Fusion. Through the Fusion Media Network joint venture between Univision and Disney ABC. Okay, what do we know about ABC? Have they been accurate? Are they compromised? Do they put forth good information? We know all of those answers, right? So I decided, let's look into the CEO, Isaac Lee. Here he is. What do you guys see back there? You see that? Huh? Do you guys know what that means? If you know what it means, you know. If you don't know, that means that he's part of the group. The group. He's in the group. Okay? This is the CEO of Fusion Media who has the proprietary softwares that it says specifically for investing.com, and they're one of the main holders of investing.com. Weird, okay? So I did more research again into the CEO here. Lee, the son of Jewish immigrants, has worked as a journalist and magazine editor, okay? That's kind of the interesting connection here because investing.com is based out of Tel Aviv, right? So you have the CEO of one of their holders and is a son of Jewish immigrants, right? And then you have investing.com out of Tel Aviv and also out of Cyprus. So my point to that is not there's anything wrong with it, but they are right next to Iran if they're based in Israel. They would be getting very, very accurate data because they could throw a rock almost, not really, but maybe if it was Brady or something, but They're so close to them, it doesn't make sense for them to get this inaccurate of data, okay? I want to bring you guys back to the inventors of the Wayback Machine, okay? Brewster Kahle, who I can't find anything about his connection to Israel, but what I did find was that Wayback Machine has very heavy ties to multiple Jewish universities, and they've received money. They've gotten funding and stuff from Jewish universities and Jewish work groups and stuff. So I thought that was kind of interesting too, that the Wayback Machine is funded by people, by Jewish people, right? And then the owner of Fusion Media Group is of Jewish descent. And then we have investing.com based in Tel Aviv. So we're seeing a pretty clear picture being painted here, right? This is also what I find very strange. The other guy, Bruce GILLIAT, okay? Let's go to his Wikipedia page. This is weird. There's nothing, right? If we go to the Wayback Machine, look at all this stuff on Brewster Kahle, the guy who started this with this other guy, Bruce GILLIAT. Look at all of this stuff here on his life. All these references, everything, right? It's a lot of data. And then you go here and there's nothing. So I decided to look into Bruce GILLIAT more, okay? There's like nothing on him. Like there's these ones that have these PDFs and stuff, but I don't like clicking on those and downloading things that I'm not sure of. So I have all of this stuff here. It's just, there's nothing on this guy, Bruce GILLIAT. So I wanted to just post this stuff really quick. This is very strange. I wanted to show you guys here that it doesn't make sense on really any of the data, right? We go to the daily or the monthly and I don't see any data, right? Daily, there's some data finally, and it's at the old subset. And so it shows it somewhat on the technical chart, but there's almost nothing. So if you guys can find anything on Bruce GILLIAT, I couldn't find any connections to him in Israel, and then I can't find anything here really, but keep looking into him. I want to see what you guys come up with. All right. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Just wanted to post this really quick. I'll talk to you guys later.